What is up, YouTube? This is Skitzzz, and today I'm going to be going over the art of a clutch in Rainbow Six Siege. This video is dedicated to players who are looking to be better in 1vx situations, specifically on defense. The goal here is to assist players, regardless of rank, become a better player in the clutch. I plan on continuing to drop Rainbow Six Siege informational videos in all categories. So be sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and drop a comment with what you'd like to see in a future YouTube video. With that being said, let's dive in. There are plenty of factors that go into any 1vx. Some of the most important things to initially review when finding yourself in a situation like this is where's your character, where does your character need to be, and what is the best route for you to take with the time allotted. In order to determine what ground to take and how to give yourself the best chance at winning your 1vx, there are three important things I'd like to bring to the front of the conversation. In this video specifically, I'll be going over sound, map and game awareness, and when to play passive or aggressive depending on situation. To start, we have sound. Sound is important because in any 1vx, you're already at a massive disadvantage. The initial engage is going to feel chaotic, and you need to use everything you possibly can to give yourself an advantage. Identifying where sounds are coming from can provide plenty of information to enable you to find where the diffuser may be planted, where players may be playing, and if you're in any immediate danger. Use sound and teammate calls to determine the closest threat, and take that information to create a 1v1 gunfight for yourself. Once you win the initial engage, use the newly created information and the ground given to you from that gunfight to determine the next best step to take another 1v1. Rinse and repeat until the job is done, and then go defuse to complete your round win. With callouts, yellow pings, and sound on the map, you're going to pick up important information that will increase your odds at winning the round for your team. You want to avoid tunnel vision in the process of a clutch, because there are going to be plenty of sound cues that will give away enemy position or utility. And yes, I understand that using sound can be tough to pinpoint exact player location, but if there's sound, there's a clue. Great players are hyper-vigilant to sound, and it's time for you to be too. If you have trouble identifying sounds and want to learn more about how the sound settings work in Rainbow Six Siege, I have just the video for you. Anyway, let's break down awareness. Awareness will be broken down into general game awareness and map awareness. It's not necessarily something that can be taught, and it's going to be different per player. The general game awareness I'm referring to is going to include things like time management, amount of players alive on the enemy team, and potential default diffuser plant spots. You want to use all of this information to determine how you're going to play each scenario. You're going to want to put yourself in a position to either frag all of the enemy players and then defuse, or take advantage of an offensive player's poor position that disables them from preventing the defuse. This leads right into map awareness. Knowing where enemy players are and which site the diffuser was planted is going to provide significant assistance in determining what you should do next. You want to find out what angles they could possibly be holding and how they are going to be able to prevent the defuse. This will be determined by lines of sight either vertically or horizontally made by your team in the prep phase or the enemy team in the offensive take. You'll need to take awkward or unconventional gunfights as a result, but picking up kills through a floor or wall, and even with a few pre-fires, can really put the icing on the cake once you've won the round. Pay attention to those clues on the map that can potentially guide you to an extra kill or two, because that can result in winning the round and even the game. And remember, with each frag that you're picking up, you're creating space for yourself. So get comfortable, get aggressive, and bully your way to a round win when your team needs it most. Speaking of getting aggressive, the last thing I'll be touching on is playstyle. Passive and aggressive, kind of like yin and yang. You want to use a combination of passive and aggressive to help you make and take 1v1s. The goal is to strike a healthy balance between passive play and aggressive play during a clutch. As the defender, you want to control the flow of the round as soon as it's a post-plant situation. A great example would be a major league pitcher on the mound during a game. They ultimately control the pace of the game regardless of what's happening on the field. If they get flustered easy, they're doomed to fail. They must remain calm, cool, collected by maintaining the flow of the game. The better you are at controlling the flow of the round, the better off you'll be in the clutch situation. The amount of players on the board and time allotted to complete the clutch are going to determine your aggression level in that round. It's important to start taking more gunfights when your team is at a man count deficit, but even more important once the plant starts going down. That offensive player planning the diffuser is going to take themselves out of the gunfight for 7.5 seconds, and you want to take advantage of this window to take out some of the players covering the plant. Be sure to take time to reload when necessary and move into advantageous positions when the time calls for it in order to turn that short window of passive play into aggression. You'll catch plenty of players off guard with aggression, and doing this consistently will earn you more frags in your clutch attempt. Knowing the best time to get aggressive on a player to put yourself in the best position to win a 1v1 will enable you more winnable gunfights and ultimately lead to more defensive clutches on your end. I hope this helped. I appreciate everyone that watched, and especially everyone who made it to the end. If this video was helpful, be sure to interact with this video with a like, comment, and subscription to the channel. I'd appreciate the feedback so I can improve for the next one. Good luck in your next gaming session, and be sure to have fun. See you next time.